the top of your mat. We're just going to put either our big toes together with a tiny bit of space between the ankles, or you can stand hip width apart if that's more comfortable for you and your body. We're just going to stand in Tadasana and breathe for a few minutes today. So that's like 5 breaths, let's say. We'll fill all the way in, maybe extending the light through the top of the head, and exhaling, allowing that light to come through down our feet. Finding some stability, or perhaps being a shaking stalk in the wind. If you're teetering, that's okay. You're learning balance. You're finding some new movement in this balance. 2 more breaths. Your next inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Just shoulder width apart. Inhale to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, relax your shoulders down. Maybe find a new tilt in the pelvis, something that'll support you through the rest of your practice. Some grounding in your feet. Inhale, reach one last time. Exhale, turn your palms down and sweep your hands down to the mat. And forward fold. In your forward fold, maybe allow a huge bend in the knees, seeing that this is a morning practice and it is brand new to your body again. Each day is a brand new day. Alright, now inhale. Straighten your legs maybe a tiny bit and come up onto your fingertips. Shins always work too. To keep elongation in the spine, shine your heart forward. And inhale, maybe roll your shoulders back to open your chest a bit more. Exhale, plant your palms beside your feet. Step back to plank pose. We're going to hold it here for a few seconds. Maybe really awaken the core. You're going to zip up your tummy and pull it up so that it's shining forward towards the top of your mat. And sending length down your spine from the top of your head to the heels of your feet, creating a nice long board-like shape. One more inhale. Exhale, come up onto your toes. I'm going to hit my block. Slowly lower your belly all the way down to the ground. Untuck your feet. Place your palms just through around the midline of your chest. And lift your heart up. Baby cobra. No need to press intensely into the floor right now. Keep the tops of your feet on the ground. Press your pelvis down into the floor and lift your chest up. You're going to take 2 more breaths here. Good. On your next inhale, plant your palms. Tuck your feet back under. And either come through tabletop or just through plank. Lift yourself up and press all the way back to downward facing dog. I'm going to let you have any position you want. Your hands could be wider than shoulder width or closer. Your feet could be wider than shoulder width or closer. You're going to let your chest sink down, remembering that shining the heart through motion. That sharing of your heart space towards whatever is out in front of you. Keeping a nice elongation, maybe a huge bend in the knees or slight bend in the knees. And just inhale and exhale. Finding some space in your tummy, allowing the back part of your core to lift you up towards the sky, giving you a nice relaxation in your front body, allowing it to stretch open. Good. Now on your next inhale, walk your feet together and prepare yourself. We're going to lift our right leg up to the sky and swing it on through to a low lunge. Untuck your toes or keep them tucked, whatever is better for your knee and the back. You can always place a cushion under your back knee. We're going to come up to a low lunge and start sinking our hips forward. It's a morning practice, so just as much as your feet allow, or our hips allow at this time. Just gently coming through. Oh, and just inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, slowly start to sink your hips back. You're going to get a 90-degree-ish angle in your back leg. And then scooch the toe, point your right leg toes up to the sky and just fall gently in towards your chest in towards your leg. You're going to get a nice hamstring and calf stretch here. Maybe play with the rotation of your ankle or the heel of your foot on the mat. That's going to change where you're feeling the sensation in the back of your leg. If you're feeling any sensation in the back of the knee, lift it up a little bit, or if you know you hyperextend, pull yourself out and lift into a nice bended knee shape. And then inhale, slowly put your foot back down on the ground. And we're going to lift right through to downward facing dog. So plant your hands and then just step back, downward facing dog. And we're going to take 3 breaths here. Open up through the chest and through the back body. Finding nice space in the lower belly, giving it some nice breathing room. Allowing your shoulders and your hips and your legs to strengthen, keep you stable. Good. On your next inhale, prepare to lift your left leg up. So step your feet closer to the middle. Find a nice balance in your palm and lift your left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, swing it on through. Drop the low knee, either untuck the toes or leave them tucked. And then come up onto your fingertips. And just sit into your hip. Few breaths here. Good. And on your next exhale, slowly start to shift your hips back. Lift your heel up, maybe creating a slight bend in the back leg, letting your chest sink down to the ground. Inhale, maybe play with the way your foot is pointing, so you get a nice long calf and hamstring stretch. And 2 more breaths, nice deep inhale, and a big long exhale. Alright, inhale and slowly start to shift your foot forward. Plant your hands. We're going to go right back to downward facing dog. Option here, we're going to vinyasa or stay in downward dog. You can always take child's pose if you want to. If this is too much in the morning, feel free to take child's pose. But come in vinyasa. Untuck your toes. You can always take upward facing dog. Make sure your knees aren't touching the ground for upward facing dog, but come through, back to downward facing dog. Now on your next inhale, you can either step or, if you're prepared, jump through. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, flat back, all the way up to the sky. And exhale, hands through heart center. Pause around your heart. Take a nice deep inhale. Thank yourself for being here, present in your body, breathing in all that beautiful prana, the life force, creating and cultivating energy for yourself. Exhale, Tadasana. Try to find stillness for even just a moment. Even a moment is a win. One moment in stillness of the mind. Alright, good. Inhale, we're gonna sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale, palms face down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop back, plank. Inhale, strengthen your core. Exhale, either chaturanga through to down, upward facing dog, or cobra, if that's better for you. Exhale, come through to downward facing dog. We're going to take 5 breaths here, keeping you nice and calm, nice and still, waking up the body. Maybe pedal your legs out here. 2 more breaths. Find length from your tailbone, through your neck, to the tip of your head. Alright, inhale, step your feet together, lift your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, come through for a high lunge this time. Find your stance, feet parallel apart, 90 degree in your legs. And inhale, we're going to put our hands on our hips. Come up onto the toes of your back foot. If this is too much, you can always come back down to low lunge, what we did before. Alright, on our next inhale, we're going to slowly let our hips go, if you're comfortable, and come and reach up towards the sky, creating a nice zip up the tummy, but exhaling enough and like creating enough relaxation that you get some movement. You could almost do breath of fire, but I'm not going to make you do breath of fire right now. So just inhale and find relaxation. We're 2 more breaths here. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the heat building. Good. And we're going to exhale, place our palms back, down, and we're going to step back, downward facing dog. Option to take chaturanga here, or just downward facing dog or child's pose. So inhale, come through. Take a moment for yourself. See where you land. Finding any movement or motion that feels good to you. We're going to go straight to the other side. So walk your feet closer in together. Lift your left leg up to the sky. And step it through to high lunge. Like train track your feet so that you have a bit more sturdy balance here. Inhale, shine your heart forward, and when your base is set, engage your core and come up to a high lunge. If you need, place your hands on your hips to find some stability and some motion here. But for right now, relax the tummy, zip it up though. Maybe engage Mula Bandha, which is root lock, and just feel the heat, feel the fire starting in the lower belly. Good. 2 more breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, sweep your hands back down. This time we're going to step to the top of the mat. So just come back up and forward fold. Let your hamstrings, let your butt go. Release a little bit. Oh. Maybe a big sigh out. Okay, good. Inhale, halfway lift. Straighten the legs, straighten the back. Find that re-stabilization in your core. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up towards the sky. Reach up as high as you can and slowly exhale through heart center. Pause here for a moment. Feel gratitude for all the sensation your body's feeling right now. Oh, that feels good. That's crazy. Inhale. Exhale, let your palms float down beside you in Tadasana. Maybe check your pelvis here. See whereabouts it's laying. Maybe you need to engage and send energy down through the lower back and stick your pelvis under. Like, lock it in. But then also, you might need to go the other way and allow some more tilt. I know for me personally, I have to remind myself to root my pelvis down towards the ground a little bit more so that I engage the front of my core. Good. Now on our next inhale, we're going to set up for chair pose. So when we're ready, we're going to inhale. We can either have our feet hip width apart if you want more balance. You can always put a block in between your feet for chair, or you can have chair pose with your big toes touching, which is a bit more traditional at this point. But if your big toes are touching, make sure that your knees aren't locking in towards one another. Keep them in a nice, like, general alignment. So, when we're ready, we're gonna hold this for 5 breaths. So just breathe, inhale. Now, when you're ready, I'm gonna come back this way so you can see. We're gonna inhale, slowly start to send our butt back towards the ground, keeping our knees not like behind our toes. I'm gonna inhale, sending our arms up towards the sky. If this is too much in the arms, you can always place your hands on your hips or out in front of you, palms up or down. I'm going to pretend I'm holding a big beach ball and cultivate that energy. Inhale. You should have that same freedom to do breath of fire in your tummy. So release your upper ab muscles and allow the back of your core to keep you strong. Just inhale. You've got one more breath here. Inhale nice and deep. And exhale, we're going to forward fold. Oh, nice. Nicely done. Now we're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant your hands, step back, go right through chaturanga to cobra or upward facing dog, whatever you choose. And exhale for downward facing dog. See if you can't find something new in downward dog this time. Maybe it's a different position in your feet. Maybe it's a new awareness in the shoulders and the neck. See if there's not something you can lengthen. And relax. Good. On your next inhale, step your feet close together. Lift your right leg up to the sky and exhale it in front of you. Okay, we're going to do warrior 2. I'm going to turn around so that I can face you guys. So you're in a half lunge. You're going to pivot your back leg down, your back foot down to the ground. You want your heel in line with the arch of your back foot. And we're in a warrior 2. So swing your arms up, not your legs. And then bend into the front knee. Stretch through the inner psoas muscle, I think is what it's called. And then just come and relax. You want the zip up of your tummy, still relax it, but zip it up so that it's supporting and sending your tailbone down to the ground. Then you're gonna find an engagement in your outer quad or your outer glute, and then you're gonna rotate your right knee out towards the ground, sending energy straight through the back of your leg. And then look over the front fingertips and see how much you can relax. Ooh. I know in the morning this is killing my legs. Don't know why I'm doing it. Anyways, inhale, we're gonna straighten our front leg, come into almost triangle shape. Inhale, hands touch at the top, like heart prayer mode. And then exhale, come back down, warrior two. Keep a nice alignment in your front leg. Look over your front leg. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, go forward, bend in the front leg. Good, inhale, we're gonna send our left hand down to our calf, a shin, maybe even just your hip, and reach up. It doesn't matter how far back you go, just reach up for Exalted Warrior. Good, try to maintain the base shape. And then exhale, we're gonna simultaneously straighten the front leg, reach our hands forward, hips back, and come down into triangle. Maybe the next side, I'll say that smoother. For triangle, you can always grab a block to sit on. You wanna make sure that the right and left sides of the body are as elongated as one another, so create room. And in order to do that, you're sending that left hip back towards the back edge of the room as well as the right hip. So you're actually creating more space around the right hip or the right glute and releasing that side of the body. Cool, good. If you're not already looking down, look down to the ground. I'm gonna give you the option to bind here. So you're gonna swing your left hand behind your leg, bend in the front leg, almost coming into a low lunge, but it's not quite because we're still warrior two shape. And then lean your right shoulder down, and you're gonna kind of clasp. I can't really show you the clasp, but I clasp like this so that I'm just putting pressure against one another. And we're gonna stay here for 2 breaths. And send your knee forward. And then try and lift your shoulders back and look up. Good. Last inhale. Exhale, we're gonna unwind. Plant your palms. Come back into a low lunge. Step your feet back. Either chaturanga or downward facing dog. Take a few moments. Sit with yourself. Just realize what just happened. I almost want to swear sometimes, but I shouldn't do that. It's not child appropriate then. Good. I'm going to take a quick minute, swing around, because we're going to go right into the other side. So, downward dog. Walk your feet together. Lengthen through the back body. Inhale. Your left leg to the sky. Exhale it forward. Pivot onto the inner edge of your right foot. And then we're going to swing up for warrior two. Good. So create space in your lower hips. Rotate the left hip down. And then rotate the right leg out a tiny bit. It might just be an, what's that word? Energetic movement. It might not be physically rotating your leg out, but it's just might be an energetic kind of exchange mindset. Good. 3 more breaths. I wish I wasn't counting. And just allow yourself to release. It's going to feel like you want to strengthen and resist against this, but just relax. It was about relaxation. You can do this. Good. Now straighten your right leg, your left leg. Inhale, prayer hands at the top. Exhale, come back down. Relax. Then inhale, prayer hands. Exhale, look over your shoulder. Relax everything. Last time, inhale, hands up. Exhale, relax. Good. Now on this transition, we're going to inhale, straighten our front legs, send our hips back, arms, left arm forward, come in to triangle. Remember to have your block ready, wherever it needs to be right now. Send that right arm up towards the sky, nice and straight. If your neck is getting sore, you don't have to look up, you can always look down, which I find my right and left shoulders are different, and I have to look down on my left leg forward. It's my right shoulder, I don't know what's going on there. So, lengthen through the right and left sides of the body, create some space, rotate the left hip outwards. Not so you feel a pain in the knee, but just rotate the left hip outwards a little bit, and you'll find a little bit more length in the left side. Or a little bit more space for at least the left side to go somewhere. Good. Now we're going to bend in the front knee and get ready to take that bind, so send the right hand behind your hip. And then just bind behind you. And then try and rotate up and look up towards the sky. Good. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. Good. You ready? Plant your palms. And sweep your leg back, downward facing dog, or chaturanga to upward facing dog. Remember to keep integrity in this flow. We've just done a lot of work in our legs. We want to keep the integrity throughout the entire practice. And relaxing, 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 relaxing. Good. And then on your next inhale, look forward, either step or pop your way to the top of your mat. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale for forward fold. Then inhale. Sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, come through heart center. Have another moment of gratitude. Finding some sort of stillness. Remembering the grace that just existed in your body. Even if it was struggle and resistance, you're still learning about yourself. You're still opening towards understanding who you are as a person and who you are as an individual who is connected to all of us. The whole of this creative universe. And you just explored some creation, some creativity, finding some movement and freedom in your body. So, thank you for sharing this practice with me, letting me lead you through this practice, and letting me explore teaching as well. This has been very exciting for me and very liberating to try and find language for what I'm doing, as well as a teacher, a beginner in this mindset. So thank you. Namaste. And I hope that the rest of your day is filled with light, love, and